What's up, StarCraft fans? It's July 11th, 2011. I'm casting a Terran versus Protoss here on Shakuras Plateau. We have ESC's Goody as the purple Terran in the bottom left-hand corner, and in the top right, it's going to be the pink Protoss. It's MYM, Meet Your Makers Sase. So, going to be that TVP action here. Cross spots the furthest possible positions on this map. Probe getting ready to throw down that gateway on 13. And if you guys don't know, Goody very famous for mech play, like mass tanks, so maybe we'll see a little bit of that, especially in these longer positions, able to get that tank count up to a critical mass before your opponent comes in, just runs down the front door of your base. So we'll have to take a look if Goody decides to go with his classic style, which is mech, and maybe have an interesting game for us here on Shakuras. So let's get into the action. Looks like both players just going for standard one gas openings, nothing too fancy, no gasless expands, no double gas too quick for that very fast tech play. And don't know too much about Meet Your Maker Sase. Haven't really seen too many of his games, so we'll have to see what kind of style he enjoys to play. Looks like we have a nice little wall off here with a pylon and cyber core just preventing from those Hellion run-bys. He knows Goody likes that mech play, and those blue flame Hellions can just do so much damage. Interesting little play here, forcing no add-on to be placed quite yet on the barracks. This pylon's a very cute little play, and also this pylon can be cancelled, and maybe he'll just keep it up. We'll have to see what he's planning on doing. Does cancel it, so just preventing that add-on from going on too quickly. And but nonetheless, didn't really want an add-on anyway. Going to be going straight for that factory. Not surprising from Goody here. Just on that one gas still, we'll see if he goes for an expansion or getting that second gas a little quicker. If he does get the second gas, he'll be playing on one base for quite some time and won't be able to afford that command center. We see a second assimilator is up for Sase. Probably looking to do some sort of sentry expand on this map. It's very safe. Sentry's able to force field off this ramp and not allow any Terran units to get up here. And probably knows that Goody not the type of player to go for a Banshee. Can just rely on those 3 gateways and then move into an expansion with getting that Nexus up as soon as possible. Probe heading down now. The ramp looks like he is saving up that 400 minerals, and that Nexus will go down as soon as this Stalker is going to repel this SCV. So there goes the SCV, and now the Nexus is coming down. Goody going to be taking a bit of a defensive stance, as it does take a while to get this. Only going for a Hellion first, but no signs of a starport. Will he throw down a tech lab? Looks like, yeah, he's making the tech lab on the barracks and going to be swapping it over as soon as it's completed. And here is the command center just starting now for Goody. So he will be transitioning into some sort of siege tank expansion. Not surprising at all. Robo coming down now for Sase. There it is right there, kind of forming a little wall off on this ramp, because as the game progresses, and for some reason if your natural was not defended, if you were out in the map, say in this area, you don't want Hellions running up into your main, so he will be doing kind of a semi-wall off here just to prevent that. Looks like another gateway coming up for Sase, and looks like he wants to put down one more. Yes, there it is. So going up to that 3 gateway and robo count. Pretty normal stuff here. Nothing too unusual. Both players just going to want to get those second bases up as soon as possible. Nice tank placement here. Once it's sieged up, can cover this entire area here and not take any damage for any zealots running up the ramp. You could just completely keep your tank safe behind this line here, which is a very smart play on this map. A lot of Terran players do like to put their siege tanks there. Finally, the second refinery is up, and a little bit of a depot here to spot for any pylons. Don't want any DTs or anything warping up into your base. Looks like this command center is done, so he'll be floating it over to the natural. Some players like to get that orbital command first in order to get that energy for the mule, but maybe what Goody's thinking is, I need the gas, I'm going to move this out as quickly as possible and get those 5 refineries up. 2 siege tanks now holding down the fort. Very nice. Looks like Immortal starting to come out from this robo from Sase. Just more tanks and marines from Goody, and looks like we have the robotics bay coming up, so he's going to be going for some Colossi. Colossi can be very good against tanks, as long as you have the support. Oftentimes it's Zealots. Zealots doing such a good job against siege tanks, because if you didn't know it, I'm sure most of you do, but if you didn't, siege tanks cannot attack units that are sitting very close to them. They must be out maybe like two squares away, sort of. So Zealots with charge can just surround tanks and not take any damage. And obviously Zealots attacking the Bio Army will take splash damage, which will inflict damage onto the Marines. So got to be careful with that tank placement, as well as when you engage, making sure to get those tanks target firing on the Colossi and Stalkers and not the Zealots surrounding them. So 3 more factories going down. Powering up for Goody, just going to be getting a lot more tanks and Hellions. We see Sase just sitting on a couple sentries and an Immortal. Hellion doing a nice job of scouting this third out, making sure no fast base is going down for Sase. Thermal Lance on the way. No Chrono Boost yet. Does he have any? He does have a lot of Chrono Boost saved up, so he could probably throw some down here and speed up that tech, but maybe he feels that he's quite safe knowing that Goody's on Siege Tank tech, pretty immobile, and he does have this Stalker here taking the tower, so no rush to get out anything. Probably going to want to just Chrono Boost out probes instead, and we see he is doing such. There's some Chrono Boost going down on Thermal Lance now, as well as the Robo Facility to get out those Colossi a little quicker. Blue Flame being researched now for Goody, as he's going to up his Hellion count by quite a bit. He does have a reactor factory here, and 3 with Tech Labs pumping tanks. Looks like he can't quite afford it, but I'm sure once he gets his SCV count up, he will. Here's a starboard now, going to be probably adding some Vikings and or Banshees, probably not a Raven. Don't see too many Stalkers being used by Protoss against mech, as these tanks just do so much damage to them. Looks like we have a Twilight Council going down for Sase. There it is, right there, and Forge researching +1 weapons. No upgrades yet for Goody, as he will require an army. This eBay here only good for upgrading bio, as well as other miscellaneous base upgrades, such as the high sec auto tracking, which adds range, the bunker, increased bunker space, and the structure armor. But those not too necessary against Protoss. Don't see too many Terran players getting that. So we have a nice force here of about 7 tanks, a handful of Marines and Hellions, and some SCVs to make bunkers, turrets, whatever he needs, and just to heal up those mechanical units. The great thing about going mech is that you don't require medevacs to heal them. You can just use your SCVs to repair. Obviously, it does cost minerals and gas, but still very nice to keep getting the most out of your units, more efficiency. If a tank does take some damage, you can just heal it right up there. 1 Hellion spotting, gonna have to siege up right away before this unit's engage. Gonna have to put a few tanks behind these bushes here, which is a very nice play. It's hard to scout that. More tanks going up here now. SCVs tanking damage from Zealots. These tanks doing a lot of damage. All the sentries going down. Stalker's just falling so fast. Trying to move in and get these tanks picked off. This 1 Colossi trying to do as much damage as he can. He's got 4 kills already, but looks like these tanks will clean up everything, and this Colossi better move back, or he is going to get picked off as well. Down to just about 30 health, will get away, and have to regenerate those shields if he wants to stay in combat. Dark Shrine coming down now for Sase. Here it is right there, as well as a third is completed, and don't believe that Goody has any command centers up, just making Vikings and more tanks. He is getting a medevac, so he'll probably be looking to do some sort of blue flame drop. These 2 Hellions just doing a little bit of scouting. Let's see if he did in fact see that base. Yes, he does know about it. Going to be trying to pincer, probably move some tanks into here, and this observer just seeing everything, which is very nice for Goody. Probably not going to have the gas to make a Raven, but it would be nice if he could make some turrets as well, just to prevent him from getting harassed by DTs as that shrine is on the way. Nice pylon placement here and here. This one scouting for the third, and this one able to warp in any units here and harass down here as well. So charge coming up for Sase. It's halfway done. No Chrono Boost going down on it. Yeah, he does have some energy saved up on those next side, but not looking to spend that right now. That Zealot charge upgrade will be very big against those tanks. Looks like he is warming just a couple of Zealots, and he has 6. He's going to want to get that up more to support this Colossi camp. So Hellions coming up the ramp now. Nothing to defend. Ooh, this is a bit of a misstep by Sase, allowing these Hellions just to get some free shots off on these probes. Cannon going down, but it's going to be a little late. Warping in a couple of Stalkers, but I think the damage is already done. Taking a look at the workers killed, up to 19 already. So very nice job there by Goody. Going to be going into the main now and try and harass the main. Yes, 1 Stalker needs to be warped in. Ooh, big shot there by the Hellions. Just target firing all these probes down. Ooh, many probes going down. This is going to be a big hit. We see the supply just dropping very fast for Sase, now down to below the 100 mark, while Goody is up at the 125. Let's take a look at that counting. And wow, 33 workers killed. That is just enormous. And now he's doing, as we said before, going to be pincering off of this area. Just going to take a nice siege line here, and it's going to force Sase to either engage or lose this next side, as he only has a couple cannons here, and just a few tanks on this area are going to be able to pound away on this Nexus, and there's not a lot he can do. He's not going to want to warp in units here. They'll just die so quickly to these tanks and Hellions. So these Vikings doing a good job of preventing Colossi from doing any snipes. Archons and DTs on the way. It looks like Sase wants to engage. Here he goes. No, going to pull back now. Wait for a few more units. Looks like he's getting ready to engage. These Vikings going to do a good job of picking up these Colossi, doing a lot of damage now. All those Colossi are very low on energy. Tanks doing a ton of damage, target firing on the Stalkers. Another Colossi, all the Colossi going down. Vikings going to be landing to help out with that Stalker count. Not looking good for Sase. It's dropping down to that 50 supply mark, almost doubling the supply. Is Goody on Sase, and all these tanks are doing so much damage as they go down. Very efficient trading here, as he does have that big worker advantage. So probes coming off the line, but not doing so good at killing Hellions. These SCVs able to repair, and looks like Goody will come up on top. It's not looking good for Sase. Gonna have to lose this next eye. Goody still staying on that 2 base, which is very nice choice, just getting out more units, powering up this DT, trying to do as much as he can, but no, he'll be picked off, and there's the GHG. It's a good hella game by Sase. Nice mech play there by Goody, very standard for him, and kind of showcasing how mech can be very, very strong against Protoss. So thanks for joining me, guys. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Marinekush. All my VODs go up there, and follow me on Twitter if you want to know when those VODs go up. So take it easy, guys. See you